Good morning, namaste. Thank you for joining for morning practice. And as always, please practice according to your condition and feel free to leave out the variations that are not suitable for your condition, and please respect your limitations. So on that note, let's begin. So let's begin. Seated tall and supremely still. Close the eyes and go inward. Before creation and beyond and everywhere in between, there was, always will be, and always will be God just sitting in the hearts of all beings, established firmly there, attuned to that supreme divine consciousness. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, compassion, and joy. So let's start with a mantra for purification. If you know it, you can do it along with me. If not, just think of the effects of purifying the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. And you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting. Om pavitraha pavitra va sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smarit pandrikaksham sabahya vihantrahaschi. Now, Kapalabhati is a kriya, this is a cleansing technique, so it helps to purge toxins from the lungs, to expel those toxins. So what we're doing is just imagine trying to shake your lungs, throw the belly button against the spine, really work the diaphragm. So don't worry about the inhale that happens naturally, concentrate on the exhale, really pushing that navel right into towards the back of the body. And as you do this, we're oxygenating the blood, aerating the lungs, and also just, again, producing heat to promote the release of toxins. So sitting with your both hands in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb tips connected, other three fingers straight on the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty the lungs completely. Inhale partway and begin. Keep going. Take your attention to the Manipura chakra at the navel. Exhale, completely push all the air out of the lungs. Now take a deep breath in. Lift the chest as you inflate the lungs, and now hold the breath. Contract the buttocks, pull the perineum muscles up towards the navel, and bring the chin onto the chest. All the attention to the third eye. The tongue behind the teeth, the upper palate. Keep the back straight. Slowly exhale. Try to allow the breath out with a steady stream as opposed to a big explosion out of the body. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the brow center. Exhale back down to the solar plexus, that source of power within. Inhale again, imagine bring that power right up to the third eye. Make it available to all beings. Hold the breath. Again, apply the throat in a root lock as I explained before. Contracting those muscles of the perineum. Chin on the chest, tongue to the teeth, up behind the teeth, the upper palate. Exhale. Let's do one more round. Take a free breath and take a free breath now. Inhale and exhale as you normally would. Inhale part way and begin. Keep going. Nostrils are flared all throughout. Keep them wide open. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath in from the solar plexus up to the third eye. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Once again, solar plexus to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Now fill up from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the chest. Hold the breath now. Chin on the chest. Contract all the perineum muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. All the attention at the third eye. Keep the back straight so the back doesn't hunch when you bring your chin down onto your chest. Keep the face calm. Slowly exhale. Move all tension. Now let's come to standing. Let's continue with the kriyas to purify the body. Bring the body into a state of radiant health. So hands on the hips to start. Let's just circle the head to just loosen up the neck. Try to see the floor in every direction as the head moves around. And then switch the direction of rotation. Try to bring the chin right on the chest, the ears to the shoulders, the head, the back of the head to the top of the back. Good. And now release. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, down, up, 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 down. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, pull down. Do the exercises with vigor, with enthusiasm. Now pull the arms in front, retract on the exhale. Also, energetic breathing to get the full benefit from these exercises. And bring the arms down now. Swing the arms back and forth. Loosen up the shoulders. Try to get the arms behind ears. And release. Bring the arms across the chest. Exhale, throw the arms back. And release. Bring your arms up over the head. Inhale. Exhale, toss the body down. Stay down here for a moment to allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then make your way back up. Next one, bring the arms up over the head. Exhale, come down into squat. Just come down as far as you can. Be mindful of the condition of the knees. One more. Right back up. Pull the elbows out to the side, and we're going to twist from side to side. Again, exhale as you complete the twist. The inhale just happens automatically as you come back to the center. And back to center. Next one again, incorporate to squat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, swing the arms down. Together. One more. And release. Bring the arms in front now. Inhale, circle around backwards all the way to the front. Exhale, pull in and push, punch right back out. And then bring the arms down. Same thing almost, except a circle and a quarter. Go all the way around to the front. Pull in and drop the arms back down on the exhale. The circling is on the inhale. And release, arms down. Bring the feet out a little bit wider, point the toes out. Left arm up, inhale. Bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. And come back to the front, or to the middle. Next one is the same movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Inhale, left arm comes up, go all the way to the right, and hold the breath until you go a little bit deeper. Exhale, come back. Inhale, right arm up, bend to the left, again, hold. Release on the exhale. Continue. Feel stretch all along through the upside of the body. Try not to wrinkle the waist on the underside of the body as you bend. Imagine all beings experiencing this through your body at this moment. Make the practice, therefore, as beneficial as possible. Do it for all those who don't have the ability to practice, to gain the benefits, or do not yet know about the practice. Even through your intentions, through your practice, you can bring benefits to all beings. All the movements done gracefully. Imagine you're the witness watching a body moving. And as you merge, as you are trying to merge with the Supreme Consciousness, imagine God as your witness, watching everything. Make the experience as pleasurable to watch as possible, beautiful as possible. One last time, going to the left. And release. Now, let's come down onto the hands and knees. Cat-cow. Really work the muscles of the core here to generate some heat. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, stretch the belly skin, the whole front of the body, the chest as well. Exhale, back skin stretches. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck, try not to jam it up or make folds in the lower back either. Exhale. Inhale. Picture the sit bones moving apart. Exhale, coming right back together. Inhale. Shoulder blades, however, come down and meet on the inhale. Exhale, they move away from one another. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then come back to neutral back. We're going to, on the inhale, throw the right leg up. Exhale, out to the right. And then the other leg, left leg comes up on the inhale, swing it out to left on the exhale. Good. Now walk your hands forward, come onto the belly. Bring the elbows in front, just stack your hands on top of one another to form a pillow and rest your forehead on top of the hands. Breathe in, breathe out, drop all the fatigue out of the body. Now we're going to keep the lower body anchored down from the hips below. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the elbows way out to the side and back. Exhale, allow the arms to slide across one another. Feel as though you're trying to reach way past the elbows to the hands. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, up. Chest opens. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Feels like you're trying to get the front of the armpits to meet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Up. and down. And rest. Forehead again, resting on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now extend the arms forward. Options here. Raise the legs and arms up. This. Exhale back down. So the inhale, of course, is lift and back down. If you have more energy and more mobility, you can see if swing your legs up. If the legs come down, the body comes up. Don't use your hands, use the momentum of the body moving. The legs and the hips coming down to propel your body up. So let's begin. And relax. Forehead on the hands, breathe in, breathe out. Hands underneath the shoulders, push your way up into table, all the way back into child's pose, the seat behind the heels. 4 movements for the next sequence. Inhale, come up into rounded back position. High cat, exhale, cobra, press the chest forward, drop the hips between the hands. Inhale, come back up into high cat. Exhale, all the way back into child's pose, lengthen the spine. Inhale, come up. Move forward. Exhale. Inhale, back up. Exhale, stretch back. And then up. Forward. Up. And back. Try to make the transitions as smooth as possible. No jerks. Up. Forward. Up. As fluid and graceful as possible. Back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Come up. Uncoil into your cobra and back up. Heart pushes up between the shoulder blades and back down. And up. And forward. Up. And back. Up. Forward. Back up. And back. One more. Up. Forward. Chest forward. Shoulders back. Up. And bring the seat all the way back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. For the next one, again coming into the cobra and holding the breath as you find the pose. So inhale, slide between the arms. The inhale takes you all the way into the cobra, then hold it. Hold the breath and back. Alternatively, the other entrance is the way we just did in the other exercise. You can come into baby plank, drop your hips down, and then lift your head, bring your chin up. Hold it and back. So continue with the transition that is more suitable for you. Inhale. Come to the cobra, make sure you don't jam up the back of the neck, shoulders down, chest open, lower back long as well. And exhale back. Inhale, come forward. Try to pull heart further forward and up away from the seat. Curl the tail under so that the lower back stays long. And come forward again, inhale. Lose yourself in the sensations. And back, imagine you're in the body of a snake. Move forward. On the inhale, then hold it. Get more extension still. And back. Copy the form mentally and physically. Mentally, see if you can be like the serpent. Always a semblance of being calm, regal, majestic. Inhale. powerful and strong and courageous. And back. Forward again, inhale. Hold it. Exhale, return. Inhale. Hold. And back. Two more. Inhale. Use the arms to propel yourself forward with more power and ease. Stay. And release. Exhale. One last time. Creep like a snake moving through the grass. Lift the head up to peer out at the world. And back. Take a moment in child's pose. Breathe in. Exhale, release all fatigue. And then come forward onto your belly again and flip over onto your back. Pretend you're still the witness watching, unaffected by whatever the body's going through. You are the observer, not the doer. Raise your arms over the head and stretch out. Exhale, tuck. Pull the thighs in towards the chest, the chin to the knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in and tuck. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, make yourself as compact as possible. Inhale, flex the fingers and the toes, and back in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch, even the chest goes up off the ground. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in and tuck. Inhale again. This time hold the breath as you tuck. Really push the lower back into the mat. Press the thighs into the abdomen and try to bring your chin over your knees. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. Hold the breath and come into tuck. So you can lift the shoulders, the upper back up off the mat, so your chin can come to the knees. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, just do your best. Inhale, reach out, and then hold the breath, tuck. Squeeze, squeeze. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch, and pull in, hold the breath. And exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. Release. Inhale. And hold the breath and tuck. Squeeze tight. Release. Inhale, lengthen through the heels, through the fingertips. Then hold, tuck. And release. Inhale, stretch. And tuck, hold the breath. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Just feel all the tension leaving the body, all the effort dropping out into the ground below. The next one. Take your arms over the head so you can bring your legs all the way back over your head like a plow pose. And then bring the legs back down. As soon as the feet touch down, lift the body up. And then come to seated and pull the body down onto the legs, Paschimottanasana. So you make the modification as you need to make the movements come with ease. Arms come back over the head behind you, and then don't hesitate and bring your feet all the way back. You can use the momentum like to bring your body up. Your feet don't have to come down all the way if it makes it too difficult to come up. Continue. 6 more. Try to make the transitions again as smooth as possible, so as not to bring a witness who is watching into states of agitation. No jerky motions, no aggressive, hard movements. Always fluid and soft. Feel like a ball of yarn, winding it up and then unraveling. She lost count. So on the next one, bring the legs over the head, bend your knees as your feet, and then plant your feet and come right up to standing. All right, so make your way to standing. Otherwise, any which way that was easy, and then come to the top of the mat. So now, Surya Namaskara. Bring yourself to the front of the mat, hands to the heart. Remember to offer up the fruits of the practice to something higher and greater than just the satisfaction of your own desires and needs. Do the practice as though it were your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So let's imagine moving together as one, as a collective, with all yogis together to deliver benefits to all beings everywhere. Moving in time with everybody, in fact, to stay in the mindset of just staying together in love. Bring the body down onto your legs, chest on your thighs, head down. And the right foot comes back into lunge, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Lower the knees, chest, and forehead down. And then pull your hands, come through into cobra. Take the seat up and back into downward facing dog, not the heart. Then the right foot steps forward. If you need to lower the knee down first, the foot doesn't make it all the way, just use your right hand to assist the foot forward. Sink your seat forward. Then bring the feet, left foot in to meet the right, pull the body down onto your legs, bow to the legs. Come right up to standing, stretch the front of the body, hands back to the heart. Raise your arms over the head and back behind as far as you see fit. Come forward and down into Uttanasana, body against the legs, left foot back, sit down again through the seat, raise the head, back into high plank, lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Come forward into Cobra, pull the shoulders back, heart open in every sense of the word. Back into downward facing dog, mount the heart, soften. Left foot steps forward to the hands, bring the feet back together. Fold the body in half. Come all the way up to standing. Stretch the whole front of the body, hips forward. Hands back to the heart. Again, arms up over the head. Stretch, reach. Come down, Uttanasana. Every movement expressing devotion, surrender, and humility. Right leg back into a lunge. Come into high plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Come forward into the Cobra. Right back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift the seat up and back. Then the right foot steps to the hands. Feet come back together. Bow to the legs. A gesture of humbleness. Come right up to standing. Make like you're surrendering yourself completely to God. Hands back to the heart. And again, sweep the arms up over the head. Come forward and down. Left foot back. Make like you're doing a dance. All the transitions seamless. Down we go. And don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that feels intuitive, that syncs up nicely with the breath, so the breath stays uniform and even. No interruptions in the breath. No discontinuities. Bring the seat back. Left foot forward to the hands. Bring the feet back together. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Arch back. Return home. Adding on, arms up over the head. Pull down. Fold the body in half. Bend the knees. You can bring your chest on your thighs. Join the hands behind the back. Extend through the crown.
And push the body against the legs. Bring the face towards the shins if your legs straighten all the way. The hands beyond your head in front. And then release the hands. Right foot back. Lower the back knee down, sink down to the seat. Raise your arms up over the head, Kapyasana. Make like a crescent moon shape. Arch back. And then bring the hands down. Step back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Slide between the arms. Take the seat up and back into downward facing dog. Right leg comes up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana, three-legged dog. And bring a foot between the hands. Bring the shoulders forward so you can land your foot quietly. Sink down to the seat. Relax the back toes and bring the arms back again behind the head. Kapyasana. Bring the hands back down. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Bend the knees again. Land the belly on the thighs and the hands behind the back. Pull the shoulders back and then come forward with the arms beyond the head. Lift the seat up to feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. Then release. Bring the arms up over the head. Again, hips forward, arch back as you see fit. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms above the head. Give yourself a good, nice frontal stretch. Come forward and down. Back stretch. Head coming towards the ground. Bend the knees, join the hands. Extend to the crown and plunge the head right down towards the earth. Feel so you can touch your top of the head to the tops of the feet. Now release the hands beside your feet. Right, left foot back. Lower the knee down. Flatten out the toes. Arms over the head. Kapyasana again. And then bring the hands back down. Step back, raise into high plank and lower down, knees, chest, forehead. Scoop right through into your cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Plant the hands and raise the left leg up, three-legged dog. Again, come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Try to land the foot as softly as possible, no big heavy thuds. Sink down to the seat, arms come over the head, Kapyasana. And bring the hands back down, and bring the feet back together. Chest again on the thighs, join the hands, extend to the crown, dive down deeply. Release the hands, bring them up over the head, arch back. Lose yourself in the sensations. Hands back to the heart. One more round, another variation. Keep open and receptive to all experiences. Pull the body down onto your legs, Uttanasana. Lift the head and chest, push into your hands. Shift your weight forward more into front of your hands. Bend your elbows as you glide your feet back into Chaturanga. You can alternatively walk back and land on your belly. Now come forward into Cobra, but then lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Push the shoulders back, chest stays open. Pulse a little bit, trying to get your body further up and your head further back. Think of a dog howling at the moon and try to make the same shape that you see in your imagination. Now roll over your toes, back into downward facing dog. Here you're trying to form a nice steep curve behind your head, between your shoulders. Try to get your chest to come down towards the ground. The top of the head comes below the arms. If you can, strike the floor with the top of the head, lightly. And now lift the heels, bend the knees up between the hands. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking, your choice. Pull the body down onto your legs, lift the seat. Seat eventually comes right over the heels, especially if your legs can straighten all the way. Come all the way up to standing, arch back. Return home, hands to the heart. One more round, raise your arms up over the head, hips forward. Go down gracefully. Uttanasana. Again, lift the head and chest, shift your weight forward, press more on the base fingers and the finger pads, and then bend your elbows as you glide your feet back so you land softly. Come again into Cobra and then upward facing dog. Lift the thighs away from the earth. The hips are high, up off the ground as well. Now roll over your toes, round your back, make your way into downward facing dog. Sink your heart as you arrive in downward facing dog. Come forward again, rounding your back as you make your transition into upward facing dog again. Bring the head up and back. Tuck the chin in and sweep back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. One last time. Roll over your toes, round your back, tuck the tail, come up into your upward facing dog. Remember, don't jam up the neck if you can. Avoid it, and then back into downward facing dog. Melt the hearts. Feel like a dog stretching its back. Getting ready to come forward now. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the hands. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs again. Rise up to standing. Hips forward, reach back. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart. Inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Try to keep that intention of breathing from the heart up to the crown and back all throughout the practice. Always think of it reestablishing your connection with the divine within, and therefore with all beings. Release the arms. For eventually you see God everywhere, and that's a sign you're approaching self-realization, seeing sameness in everything. Now we're going to start off with a balanced posture. Stand on your left foot first. Take hold of the right foot. You can either place it in tree with your foot against the inseam of the leg, or if you have a lotus, you can do that with your knee pointing down. If you need more support, you just keep your toes on the ground, turn your knees out, your right knee out. Okay, so take your position right now. If you have the foot in your conventional tree, push the base of the toes, the toe pads and heel firmly into the thigh. Raise your arms up if you're ready. Now pull yourself up nice and tall. Imagine you're reaching for the sun with your branches. Turn your gaze up. Every pose should express devotion. And keep saying to yourself, grant me more devotion so I can do more for you and for all beings. Now bring the hands back down. Going right to the next one. Release the foot, take hold of the inside of the heel, the thumb behind the heel. If you can, bring the leg and the arm up at the same time. Now try to get the toes and fingers at the same line, so you might be a little bit flatter with your fingers and your toes about the height of the shoulders. If you're more flexible, you bring the leg closer to the shoulder, lean a little bit to the left to give you a little bit of a counterbalance to stay up. If you're having trouble, you can also just hold your knee. Okay, so again, just do your best. It's the effort that counts. Now from here, we're going to release the foot. Try to keep your leg muscles engaged so the foot doesn't come crashing down to the ground. Try to stay up into gliding eagle. Come forward. Imagine you're soaring through the air. Extend the back of the body, curve the body a little bit. Imagine you're that great bird. Push into your left foot, come back up. Try it on the other side now. Standing firm on your right foot. Spread the toes like the roots of a tree, moving in all directions. Plant the foot again in your position, your lotus or your conventional tree, or any modification. Raise your arms up. Grow tall. If you feel you have the balance, you can look up. Keep stretching up towards the sun. And then come back with the arms. Take hold of the heel, the left heel from the inside again. A variation of dancer pose, ballet pose. Again, your expression of the pose, leaning a little bit to the right if you have more flexibility, and bring a leg right up almost in a straight line. Or flatten it out as you need to. Okay, so Any expression is beautiful if you're doing the best and if you're devoting all the fruits of that posture to everyone and everything. Now again, engage the leg muscles so you don't allow the foot to come down too fast and right down to the ground. Keep it up as you transition into eagle. We'll bend the knee of the standing leg a little bit to help come into the pose more easily. And then open up through the heart. Feel as though you're a bird, that great eagle skimming the surface of the ocean. Push into the foot and come back up. Good. Now try dancer pose, standing on your left foot first. Bring the right knee up. Take hold of the ankle and then move the foot behind. Try to get your thigh level with the ground. You can start with your arm in front and your foot about the height of the head. You can stay upright like here. Or if you need to modify, just keep your foot close to your seat. Press the thighs together and bring your arms up. This might help you to find steadiness here. If you want to go further, of course, feel free. Come forward a little bit. Try to pull the foot up higher if you're more flexible. You can try to take hold of the leg closer to the knee and see if you can straighten your leg a little bit more. So eventually, again, straight line from one foot down to the other. Break the pose. Come back. Try to exit and enter as gracefully as you hold the pose. Try it on the other side now. Standing on your right foot, raise the left leg up in front, take hold of the ankle, and again, pull your foot back, come into your variation. Straight up, or the basic posture, thigh level to the ground, arm in front, or go a little bit deeper, bend, or lean forward a little bit. Keep your chest up. Good. If you fall out of it, just come right back up. Concentrate on steadiness. Keep looking at yourself doing the posture in the way you want to see it in your mind. Perhaps the body will realize it. Come back and release. Okay, so now we're going to come to the back end of the mat. Take your left foot forward. Big step, lower the knee down. Sink down to the seat, flatten out the toes. Bring your arms up. Take hold of the opposite elbows and push your head back into the arms. Lift the chest. Pull the body up out of the hips. Keep your seat low, close to the front heel. You can stay here if this is already at your edge, or you can straighten your arms. Keep your arms close to the head and try not to bend the arms. Think of a crescent moon shape. There's no discontinuities, no kinks along the line. Raise your arms up, bring your head back. Again, expression of complete devotion. Take a look at your index fingers, make sure it's following the same line as your arms. Same angles, don't bend the fingers to change the line. And then coming back up, place your hands on the inside of the right foot, move your left foot out a little bit more to get to the mat. From here, just see if you can rock a little bit more, keep your weight on the right side, so you can bring the right arm down. And roll back to the left, see the left forearm will come down as well. So you might have to do this back and forth a few times. Sometimes it helps to lift the knee a little bit too. But you want to keep your left shoulder close, left knee and left shoulder together. And then try to anchor down to the front of the hips. Feel as though you had a weight sitting right on top of your seat. Telescope your chest forward. The more you do so, the more you lengthen, and maybe the chest will come closer to the ground. If you're very close or on the ground, you can take your left arm to the outside of the foot. Be like a lizard, sunning itself on a warmer gaze, straight ahead without blinking, just like a lizard does. Remember, copy the teacher, physically and mentally in this case. It's the lizard who is your teacher. Then you learn all its tricks. And then come back, bring your hands back towards you. Slide your left foot in and come upright. Bend the toes under and the back foot. Coming into twist now. Right arm up. You can either stay with your, bring your hands to the outside of the knee. Left hand can stay on the hip or on your seat. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, look back behind. You can even lean back a little bit if you can. And bring your left hand to the outside of the heel. Lift the body up. Push your lower back up and in. And look towards your left behind you. As far as you can beyond your left shoulder. Push your knees to the right as you twist to the left. And your heel as well if you have your heel. Now you can stay here if this is giving you enough of an edge, or come forward again, right arm up, bring the right arm down. So the armpit is sitting on the other side of the knee to anchor in place. Hands in Anjali Mudra or fist in your hand, left fist in the right hand, and then push your body up, belly comes higher the thigh, then the thigh, and roll the left shoulder all the way back. Keep pushing against the outside of the knee with your arm. If you have a bind, go ahead. The elbow has to slip down. In the space below, use the left hand to guide the hand underneath the leg. Left arm goes over the back and hold it from underneath. You can take the back foot up off the ground if you like as well. Press through the heel, extend through the crown, and then turn all the way up. Feel so you're trying to lie on your back, or look like you're lying on your back. Left shoulder all the way back. Then from here, release. Bring your hands back down. And from here, coming right into side plank. So there's a few different variations here. You can just drop the right knee down if you are compromising the wrists, and just can stay like this with your knee on the ground. Or you can bring the foot back into the side plank. With one foot in front of the other is a little bit easier. Push your hips forward, or you can stack your feet. If you want, you can come right into another variation. So press into your hand. You can take the knee, spin on your left foot. Your left foot has to be about 45 degrees to the base of the big toe down. If you have the reach, take hold of the foot. Push your hips up. Keep your hips up so that your body can have more steadiness. Release. Come back into downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And then bring the right foot forward to the hands. Back knee down. Flatten out the toes. Inhale, come right upright. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Curl the tail under. And then bring the arms up. Take hold of the elbows, the outside of the elbows, and push the head back into the arms. Lift the chest, curve this back. Make like a C shape. Again, according to condition, make sure you don't jam up your lower back, so don't sink down. Pull yourself up out of the hips. If you feel comfortable, you can release your elbows, bring your arms straight. And your hands together in Kali Mudra. That mudra that expresses fierceness and fearlessness. Radiate your light like a moon reflects the light of the sun. Be yourself the mirror for all beings, for we are all one, we are all the same, all divine reflections of God. And then come back up, break the pose, lead with the heart. Bring the left hand down, move the right foot out to the edge of the mat. And from here, keep your weight on your left side. You can bring your left arm down, roll all the way to the left. And see if you can rock to the right to get the right form down. Again, if you need to lift the bend toes under, lift the knee to make the movement a little bit more easier, you can. Then keep your right knee close to the shoulder as you try to Anchor down through the front of the body, the hips. Eventually, maybe the chest comes forward and lands on the ground at some point. No expectation to this, no attachment to the result. Just do your best. Keep thinking about that lizard with its very low profile to the ground, sunning itself on a warm earth. Completely carefree and undisturbed. Calm always. Exhibit that calm and that quietness. And then break the pose. Come back onto the hands. Walk hands towards you and bring the right foot in a little bit closer. Bend the toes under and back foot. The legs are like a box here. Right angles with the right leg. Left arm up. Take it to the outside of the knee and the other hand on the waist, on hip, or on the seat. Inhale, press the lower back in, lift up through the crown and turn to the right. Again, option to lean back, try to take the hand to the outside the heel. Push the foot and the knee towards the left as you turn more to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Look to the right as far as you can. Shoulders eventually turn too. Or you can come back, go deeper. Do it this way. Left arm up, ankle, toe and a knee in the same line towards the left. See how the armpit is just sitting right against the outside of the knee. And then the hands again in prayer, or the fist, right fist in the left hand. Just try to bring the belly higher than the thighs. You have more room to spin. Keep pushing against the outside of the leg and keep turning your chest up. Take a bind as you see fit. Right arm goes over the back. Hold it from underneath with your left hand. And then bend or take the knee up off the ground as well if you like. Keep the back leg strong. Push out through the heel. Extend through the crown. On the inhale to lengthen your line. Exhale. Keep tugging on that wrist if you have it, or the fingers. And try to turn your face and chest to look straight up. Break the pose. Bring the hands back down, and from here, your Vasisthasana, side plank, so make whatever expression you like here. Hips forward, feel as though you're being like a kite being blown from behind. Or if you want, take hold of the knee or take hold of the big toe from here. And lift, keep your hips lifted. Turn your foot a little bit so it's at 45 degrees. Make sure your base of the big toe is flat down on the ground. This will help you to find a balance more easily. Again, take your modifications as you see fit. Release. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. So try to get your chest close to the ground. See if you can get your top of the head right down to the ground. Now if you want, you can move forward and just hold the edges, the front edges of the mat. Pull on the mat. This might help you get more traction. Try to bring your chest towards the ground. Really sink the heart. Forehead on the ground. And then raise the left leg up. From here, you take, whoops, not wrong hand. Take the right hand back and see if you can hold the inside of either the shin, or if you can, reach for the heel. So you might want to move your foot in a little bit more and try to get your left leg as high as you can. Release, bring the left leg down, and then right leg comes up. Again, pull on the edges of the mat. So you're trying to stretch the mat. And if your head's on the ground, it makes it a little bit easier to take your left, release your left hand. And if you can hold the heel, fine. You can step on your fingers. If you can't hold your heel, that's totally fine as well. Hold it wherever you can along the inside of the left leg. And stretch the right toes right up as we're trying to touch the ceiling. And release. Bring the right foot down, bring the left hand back. Lift the head here, and from here, hop or walk your feet forward. Utkatasana. Lower the seat. Raise your arms up to about the height of the shoulders. Pull the hips back so you can see the whole front of your feet. And pull the body up off the thighs now. Look up between the hands, be fierce. Now interlace the fingers, press the palms towards the head and turn them up towards the sky. Pull the arms back, alongside, maybe behind the ears a little bit. Push your chest forward, scoop the lower back, curl the tail under. Make like a thunderbolt shape. Press all the way up to standing. Reach up and take your hands down. Bring your hands to the seat, palms facing down. Separate your feet a little bit more. Toes facing beyond, pointing outwards. And then bend your knees a little bit to make it a little bit more comfortable. Press your hands into your seat, pull down, and push in at the same time. Lift your chest and bring your head back. You can bend your knees to feel more comfortable. If you want, slide your hands down one at a time to the backs of your legs. Hold just below the knees so you have more control to maneuver the legs. So you're rolling the thighs outwards, rolling the shins inwards at the same time. The thumbs come further between your legs in front. If you want, you can keep walking your hands down. If you're flexible, and try to take your hands onto the heels. Step on your fingers if you like. Push your hips forward and up. See if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. Surrender. And then coming back up. So walk your hands one at a time. Up the backs of your legs, onto seat. Push into seat, pull down at the same time, and come back up. Stand into Tadasana. Bring your feet together, the arms together. From the heart, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows again. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. Remain solid like a mountain, unshakable in that intention. Okay, now we're going to come back down. Inversions. Headstand, if you know how to get into headstand, go ahead right now into the pose. Other variations. If you feel very uncomfortable with coming up too high and upside down, you can take your forehead down onto the ground, hands beside your legs, palms facing up, and then lift your seat up. Roll right onto the top of the head. You will eventually maybe come when your hips come over your knees, you might feel a little bit of pressure on the back of the neck. So feel a nice stretch there. If it's too much, you just walk your head a little bit further forward so you don't come on too much on the back of the head. If you can go a little bit further, you can take your hands just beside your knees. Make sure your arms are at right angles. They should not be beside your head. A little bit further back, and then lift your seat. Walk your hands towards, your feet towards you, and just press just below the knees against the elbows. From here, you can just dance off one foot at a time. So, see if you can do this. Eventually, you can flick both toes up, away from the ground, and you're very low to the ground here, so there's not much danger in this pose here. So you just stay here, and your feet are close to the ground, you just put them down anytime. If you feel more comfortable, you can again bring your seat down to your heels. Make sure, bring your forearms in front, make sure you can hold the outside of the arms easily, the elbows. And then bring your hands forward, keep your elbows and your forearms rooted down, interlace your fingers and come forward, bring your head between your palms. Lift up the seat. Walk the feet towards your body, lift one leg up, all the way up and back. Keep the foot very close to the seat and keep the toes active by flexing the foot. And just come up and down, up off the heel. Just pulse up and down. As you come up higher, your heel comes higher, your hips come over your shoulders a little bit more. If you keep pressing down into the forearms heavily, you might be able to take your toes up off the ground. Keep pushing through the back foot, your right toes will come, your right foot will come up. Keep your thigh that's in front close to your body. Don't jump hard and fast. Okay, do it with control. Just pull your toes away from the ground. Come right on your tippy toes, and eventually maybe see if they'll float up a little bit, or just bend the toes back. Keep pushing through the back foot. Eventually your feet will come to the same height. You have to keep pushing through the back foot. Keep pushing with your arms. Those who are more advanced, if you want to try, you can see if you can press into your forearms and lift your head right up off the ground. Sometimes it helps to tilt your head forward, get the sensation that you're coming into cobra, like in your sun salutation. That's not important, as Dharma says, it's just an option if you don't do it. Not important if you don't do it. Right. So stay steady for another few moments wherever you are. Merge with the form. Leave the body by itself in its form. Try to keep your attention unwavering on the space between the eyebrows. Lower down softly. With control as always. Come down onto the ground, child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now roll your way up. We're going to do rabbit pose first. Open up your knees a little bit. Bend the toes under and bring your heels together. And hands on the seat to start. Lean back until you can take your right hand on the heel easily, and then the left hand on the left heel. Lock your baby fingers together, and then pull your hips all the way forward. Feels like you're about to fall onto your thighs. Your chest forward and up, and your head all the way back. Rabbit pose. Make sure you don't keep pressing into your base toe so you don't actually fall forward. Keep pushing your chest forward and up, your head all the way back. Some of you, if you like, can just keep pushing to heel and just relax the toes, flatten your toes on the ground. Lean back and then lean back so you can have your shoulders over your heels, and then press your hips forward again, coming into camel. So from rabbit, it's not too much of a transition, but again, stay according to your comfort level. Bring the right hand to the right side of the seat, left hand to the left side of the seat. Push in, pull down at the same time. Lead with heart to come back up. And into child's pose again. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. And come up. And then come onto your back. Bring your legs out in front, lie down on your back. A moment here, breathe in from the heart to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down. Pull your heels in towards the seat, feet about hip width apart, edges of the feet in line with your hips. Take your hands alongside the body and lift your hips up. Now move the shoulders under one at a time. Feels like you're trying to get your shoulder blades together. And then lift up. You can even interlace, if you get your hips up high enough, you can interlace your fingers underneath your body, just the hands are underneath the seat. Keep trying to push your chest towards your chin. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, lift the heels, walk your toes in a little bit closer. Try to keep your hips up as high as you can. Your chest should look like a wall. And then plant your heels down without dropping your hips. The backs and knees are It should be in line with the heels. If you want, you can also bring your hands up to support your hips. The heels, your palms underneath. Walk your elbows towards them if you can, to give yourself more support. Your seat is sitting on your hands. Your thumbs are underneath. Your other fingers wrapped around the hips. Keep pushing your chest up, your hips, your chest towards your chin, and your hips up. You can stay here, or a few options. You can raise the right leg up and extend the leg up. Okay, you can do that, or keep your hips up, place your fingertips beside your head, slide your head back, so you're on the top of the head. Then turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the toes, facing towards the outside, and then lift your head up off the ground. Take a half breath in before you're lifting up to make it easier to come up. Okay, so then rock back and forth, lift your heels if you like. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can even keep your head on the ground if you like. Same pose, but you just didn't take your head up. If you had one leg up, switch now, bring the right leg down, then bring the left leg up. If you're in bridge, stay in bridge. Stay up a little bit, one more breath. Push your chest up, offer it up. And then lower down softly. Bring your head back down if you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, and bring your back down onto the ground, everybody. Again, relax, breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue. And then bring your legs up. And then from here, happy baby pose. Take hold of the outer edges of the feet, and push the knees down, not all the way, just rock back and forth. Nice, easy rolls to massage the spine. And maybe one knee at a time, down beside your body, underneath your arms, like you're doing a Stairmaster type of thing, exercise. And if you like, you can try to push both knees down. Try to get your knees to come right down to the ground. And bring your legs together. Now from here, slide your hands up the backs of the legs towards the ankles. Try to keep your seat down. Actually take your thumbs to hip crease and roll the thighs outwards for a moment so that your hips drop a little bit, your body's torso stays long. And then draw the legs towards you, the belly, the thighs come to the belly. And then see if you can push your legs, your hands into the backs of into the calves, near the ankles, so you can get your legs further down. Try not to lift the seat too much. Your seat shouldn't be way up. The seat should be down on the ground. Just for fun, bring your head up. Try to bring your forehead to the shins. Work your core, peel your shoulders up off the mat. Feel as though you're pushing the belly button right down through the body into the ground. Bring your head down, arms out to the side. Shift your hips over to the left a little bit and drop both knees down. Bend your legs and bring your knees down to the right. Position your knees so that you can feel a nice lengthening through the lower part of the body, lower back. Curl the tail under. Keep your arms outstretched about the line of the shoulders. Try not to be mindful the shoulders are jutting up. Press the backs of the shoulders down. Bring the legs back to center. Bring your hips a few inches to the right, and then bring both knees down to the left. Again, adjust your position. Your knees might come closer to the elbows. Just try to feel a nice lengthening through the lower back. Curl the tail under. Imagine trying to push the sit bones towards the front of the mat. Again, Make sure you're not jamming up, you're not losing your neck. Keep your shoulders down, relaxed. Press the backs of the shoulders into the ground if you can. So there's a nice flat line from one hand all the way through the body to the other one. No big, the front of the shoulders doesn't pop up. Make your way into Shavasana now. Just relax. Now surrender all effort, let go of all tension with each inhale. Imagine you're drawing the best of the best universe. Inhale through the pores, bring in light, bring in energy. Exhale, feel the energy diffuse throughout the whole body. Feel recharged, rejuvenated, and light within. As you bring in more light and energy, feel as though you're being illumined from within. All the dark areas, lighten them up. And the darkness can be in a physical or mental or emotional sense. Just try to rid yourself of all the darkness, all the heaviness. In order to just continue to stay in that state of lightness, remember that expectations are a form of attachment. Attachments ultimately lead to suffering. So enjoy all experiences, but don't get too attached to your desires. These are not, everything in the physical world is not real, is not representative of your true self, which is boundless, which is limitless, not affected by time. Your true nature is love and wisdom. Potentiality, strength. Courage. All these virtues. Keep on cultivating them through the practice and through acts of loving kindness towards all. And when you continue to try to see God in all beings, you'll come a point where you will think it's completely unimaginable to bring harm to any being, right down to the lowliest ant. Now make an intention of adhering to your practice or constant practice, whether it's the asanas, whether it's the postures, whether it's the pranayama, the breathing, whether it's simply being in observance of all the ethical rules, takes practice. So now just say to yourself the following sentence 3 times to ingrain that intention in your mind and heart. I will remain devoted to my practice. Every little bit I can do each day helps us maintain that regularity, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's an hour. Just stay consistent. Now, with that that idea ingrained in your heart and mind, that intention. Let's get ready to carry it out into our daily lives now. So rise up again into seated position, move in a way that is mindful, that is gentle, that is quiet. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining. Have a wonderful day. This weekend's class will be on Friday at 6:30 a.m. because I do have to, I have to travel again. So, and I won't be able to live stream from where I am. So Friday at 6:30 a.m. for those who come to that class.